Michele Tafoya, former NFL sideline reporter. She has her own podcast as well. Michele, good to see you. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
I appreciate that. Let's talk about this as we embark on a brand new year of 2025. We take the time, we look back, we see all the controversy that really surrounded women's sports in particular, or women's spaces, should we say. It's really not just sports, right? We're talking about locker rooms, etc. What have you seen over the past year? I know you've been very outspoken about biological men in women's spaces.
It seems to have peaked over the last year. I mean, I guess we could say over the last couple of years, but I think the attention is finally peaking at this topic. I can remember years ago bringing this up to friends of mine that, look, on a local soccer team, there's a boy playing on the girls' soccer team playing goalie, and it's just not fair. That means that a girl has lost her roster spot. So, look, life is inherently unfair, but this is one of those places where we as a society need to make it fair. Girls are entitled to participate in sports in their own league. That's why we have men's and women's, girls and boys divisions in sports, because they are biologically different. That is a scientific fact. We can look at it again and again. Of course, you're going to find an exception, a young boy maybe who isn't as strong as the average boy. That doesn't entitle that boy to go participate and take spaces and opportunities away from girls. Same with the spaces. Yeah, a lot of people are concerned about that. And some people are simply not concerned about that. And I would say, well, then why do we have separate restrooms? Why do we have separate locker rooms? We do this for the comfort of most people, not the emotions of a few. And so I hope we've seen peak insanity here and that we're going to see it wane.
Yeah, you talked about that in terms of your podcast, needing a serious dose of sanity. Moving into 2025, perhaps we do need that. Are you optimistic that a brand new year will bring a healthy dose of sanity? What are your thoughts on that?
I do see the pendulum starting to swing in the direction that sane people would like to see it come back to the middle. Now, look, every time the pendulum swings, even though it comes back, we still have moved a little bit in one direction. But this one is simply untenable. And you've got a lot of outspoken people. You've got Riley Gaines. You've got Jennifer Say. You've got Martina Navratilova. You've got a lot of people saying this is just wrong. And so I think those voices that are continuing to speak out are being heard. The most important voices, though, to me, have come from the young women, particularly in volleyball out on the West Coast, who have refused to play against the San Jose State team that had a biological male, a trans woman playing on that team. That's where the change really needs to happen. We need to see, and it's a sacrifice, but the people with the real skin in the game here, the women, need to say, we're not going to do this. And to see that happening is really heartening.